Okay. Okay. Do you guys, we're going to do our chant this morning. Do you need it? Do you want to think? Where did they just go? Oh my God. All right, I'm going to deal with that later. I just dropped everything here. This is our chant if you want to follow along. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to remember it. Memorization is not required. Okay. Good morning, everyone. All right. So, talking about Diwali this week. Diwali is tomorrow, actually. Although I was just telling Jenny I was at a Diwali party last night, and this food was so spicy I had to get home and cook myself another meal at 11:30 p.m. because I was so hungry. It was too much for me. So I'm a little tired this morning. So Diwali is the Indian festival of light, right? So in India, it's there's a lot of fireworks and a lot of you light these special lamps. Actually, that's what's on my hand. These little diya lamps that are they burn oil and they float them down the rivers. And there's it's all about bringing the light. And the holiday celebrates the triumph of light over darkness. And you're like, okay, that sounds like a lovely thing, right? I mean, sure, great, but what does that mean? In the myth stories that come from India, there's such a rich myth tradition. It's very clear in the stories: good guy, bad guy. Light, dark, right? It's always about the good guys winning out. In life, it is not so much that way. Life is not so binary. Things are much more gray. So I was just thinking about so what does that even, what does that even mean? What does it mean to bring light? First of all, let's talk about what light is, what we're talking about. We're not talking about the light from a light bulb or the light of the sun. We're sort of using that word light as a metaphor for consciousness, for awareness, because we don't really have words to describe these things. We have to use metaphors to try to help us understand what can be hard to understand. So when we're talking about light, that's what when we're saying, light over dark, we're talking about that light of wisdom or consciousness, awareness. And so when we're thinking about bringing light and what that means, what does that mean? How would we, or how could we, bring light to the world around us? So, when I think about it, it's any time that we are, connected to our hearts, that we are connected to what is beneficial not only for ourselves but for the people around us, and not only for the people, in our immediate circle, but humanity. When we are tapped into compassion, when we are connected into generosity, when we are connected into love or beauty, any of those things, we are bringing light forth out of darkness, And I think it's especially in the, we're living in very sort of black and white times, very binary sort of times where it's this is what's good and this is what's not, and everybody has a very different opinion of what that is. I think we can agree that if we are bringing light, it's compassion and generosity and the ways that we can feel connected to each other and in community rather than, the separateness between us, And it's really just a matter of how we're focusing our awareness, because all of those things are there. We are really different. People do believe in different things. We have different religions. We have different cultural practices, all of the things. We are different. But there's beauty in that diversity, and it doesn't have to be the thing that separates us, Because in the yogic tradition, at the root of it all is this light of consciousness. And it is not just in the people that you agree with. It's not just in the things that you find beautiful in the world. It's in all of it, And when you're willing to look at your own shadow, when you're willing to look at your own dark, when you're willing to, it illuminates it, it brings light to it. When you're willing to see connection before you see separateness, when you're willing to acknowledge even that all of us at the essence are this one thing and this one light, and connect to it within yourself, then it's easier to connect to it, out there in the world, because often it's really covered up by stuff that is not so pretty, but it's there. That's what the scriptures say. It's there. It's within each of us. It's the absolute essence of who all of us are. And so that is yoga's invitation, is into that light within yourself, so that then you can recognize it more clearly out there in the world and wherever you find yourself. Okay, so those are the thoughts. And then, in terms of our asana practice, we'll talk about it as we're doing the asana, but just having this sense of an inner fullness. Gravity pulls us in and down this way. That's just being a human, And so we can physically and energetically, create an expansive feeling. And to me, that is the feeling of a sort of brightness and a lightness on the inside. So that's what we'll focus on in our practice, our asana practice this morning. But let's take a few moments, close our eyes, and just turn inwards. And as you turn inwards, of course, everything's a little darker as we turn inside. And that is a moment to remember that, we don't prioritize light over dark. It's not one is better than the other. They're opposite sides of the same coin. As we know, we can't have one without the other. And inherently, darkness is not, evil. Yet we know that we feel better, we feel more connected, we feel more joyful when we are connecting to an inner sense of brilliance. So however you feel that within yourself, however you sense it, as you draw your awareness in, you draw to that essence of your particular being. You find the deepest, most illuminated part of your spirit. Let it be the reminder of that light and spirit within all, within each other, within all of humanity, within all of creation. Join your hands together at your heart. We'll start with our chant. So it's 3 ohms, 3 times through Om Namah Shivaya, and then we'll end with an Om. If you'd like to join in any way, you can hum along, you can be sung to, you can sing along, however you want to participate is fine. Deep breath in. Bow your head to your heart. And as you're ready, release your hands. Let your eyes open. All right, we're going to start with a little breath. I'm going to just put on this song that has a good beat to it. We can kind of pace the breath to the music. All right, switch the cross of your legs. Bring the other leg out in front so that you're balancing your pelvis. Good. And then close your eyes again. Sit well. I'm just going to do an inhale for 4 and an exhale for 4. So you can sort of time it to the beat of the music if that's helpful for you. I find that helpful sometimes to just use an external beat to help get a rhythmic flow of breath. Inhale as deep as you can for 4, fill up, and then exhale for 4. Good. On your next time you come to an inhale, let your arms float up with the breath for 4. So at your own pace. In for 4, arms up, and then out for 4, arms down. In for 4, arms up. Out for 4, arms down. One more time. This time hold the arms up. Lift out of your pelvis, lift your ribs up, lift your shoulders, stretch to your fingertips, and then exhale into a twist, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Breathe in and lengthen your spine. Breathe out and rotate to the right. On your next inhale, arms up. Get even taller. Lift a little higher. Exhale, left. Breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out and twist. Inhale, arms up. Back again to the first side, twist right. Maybe walk your right hand a little farther back behind you, take a little bit of a deeper twist. Then keep your left hand on your right knee, just sweep your right arm up to the sky. Good. Lean to the left. You got it. Bring your weight into your left hand. Yep. Reach over, sweep your right arm over your ear, reach over, big stretch into the right side body. Inhale, come up, let your left arm float up. Exhale, twist to the left. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist. Lean to the right, sweep your left arm up. That's it. You can sort of hang into your hand. Push your knee over to the left, but holding on, just let your weight drop into your hand so you get a big side body opening on the left side. Inhale, come up, float up the right arm, stretch up tall. Good, exhale, take your hands in front of you now and just walk your hands out any amount. Let your head and your neck soften. You can fold deep into it or keep it a little higher if that's more comfortable for hips or knees. Good, inhale, come upright. Step your feet out in front of you. Take your hands back behind you, and then hand position is your choice here. Traditionally, the fingers are turned in. That's not great for everybody's shoulders, so if your shoulders feel better with the hands turned out a little bit, or even facing back behind you a little, that's fine. Bend into your elbows. Let your weight drop into your hands a little bit. Broaden your collarbones and squeeze your elbows together behind you. Good, bring your awareness to your feet now. Press the inner edges of your feet down, your heels down. And then on your next inhale, lift your hips up any amount. You could lift a little or you could lift a lot. Push your chest up towards the sky. Push your breastbone up towards the sky. Good, get lighter in your heart, in your ribs. Slowly exhale, roll your hips back down, wrap your arms around your knees, let your head release down. Breathe into the back of your body, into the back of your waistline, into the back of your ribs, shoulders, chest. Inhale, hands back behind you again. Lean into your hands. Bend your elbows. Squeeze your elbows in.
Puff your chest up, ground your feet. Lift your hips any amount. Good, lift your hip points, those outer hip points up. Lift your tailbone up, lift your breastbone up. One more breath. Exhale, hips down, wrap your arms around your legs. Let your head and neck soften. Close your eyes. And just feel the whole inner body, even as we close the eyes and it's darker, the landscape darkens a little bit. Feel a connection to an inner fullness and light, a brilliance on the inside. Inhale, come up, swing the legs around, find your way to tabletop, hands and knees. Spread out your fingers like you're trying to make equal pie slices of light in between each finger. Press the finger pads down. Bring the knees a little closer together, and then extend your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes under on the floor, and just pulse forward and back a few times, pushing into your heel, rocking forward, little wrist stretch, grip into your fingers, and then rock back into your heel, and pulse forward a little bit, and pulse back. Letting the tight spaces ease open so the light can spread more fully, more brilliantly. Good, land with shoulders over wrists. Lift your toes up off the floor. And then take a big breath into the back of your waistline as if your kidneys were like these helium balloons you were filling up with air so the back body stays really full. Look forward slightly, lift your leg a little higher. On your next exhale, take your knee and your nose together, round your spine, push the floor away. Inhale, send your legs straight back behind, lift your chest, lift the leg a little higher. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Inhale, extend it out. Good, knee to nose. And then step your foot all the way up. Go outside your hands. So just take that foot, to the floor, outside your hands. And if you didn't make it into if you were kind of landed into a shorter lunge where your hip is more over your knee, just inch it forward a little more. So the hip is forward of the knee. So go forward a little bit more. Jenny, go forward. Foot, if you can. Or slide the back knee back a little more. Yeah. Okay, now, yes, just there's a little more space. Good. Now circle your hips. Circle your hips around like you're drawing a circle in the air with your behind. Circle them one way. Circle around the other way. Easing into the hip joint, feeling a spaciousness into that space where the thigh bone meets the hip. Yep, you got it, guys. Next time you're forward, your weight is forward, the front knee is bending, just stay there. Come up on your fingertips. Good, lengthen your spine, let your hips shift forward a little bit till you feel a little more stretch into that back hip flexor. Draw your shoulders back, your head back gently. And then exhale and sweep the right leg back behind you. Come back to your tabletop. Bring your left foot behind. Tuck your toes under. Yep, and then pulse forward and back a few times. Press the heel back. Rock forward into your fingers. Press back. And forward. Yep, a couple times more, just front to back. Stretch the wrists, stretch the calf. And then come forward, shoulders over wrists, gazing forward slightly, lift your back leg back, make it super strong. Lift the pit of your belly, don't let your belly sag towards the floor. On your next exhale, knee to nose to knee. Inhale, extend your leg, extend your spine, look forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch it back. One more time. And this time, just step it right up outside your hands. And if it didn't make it quite as far forward, you can always use your hand, but you want that back leg on more of a diagonal, so you're getting more stretch in through the hip flexor. And then start your circles, circling the hips in one direction. And then around the other direction. One way we can bring the light is to quiet the inner critic, the one that says you're not good enough, you're not doing it right, your body, whatever. Plug in the, your version of that, It's It's one way we can bring the light. We just quiet that inner critic. All right, next time your weight is forward, come up on your fingertips, be here. That's it. Drag the back knee forward and the front heel back slightly. So you're squeezing your legs together, a little more support, pulling up through the legs into the pelvis. Lengthen your spine. Take one more breath here. Good, and then plant your hands and swing that leg back. Okay, Anahatasana or puppy pose. Tuck your toes. Keep your knees, your hips over your knees. Come to a little bit of an arched spine. So spin your inner thighs back. Press your sit bones wide. Just create like a widening action in the pelvis. But then tone your pelvic floor and tone your belly. So it's like the back is moving towards the belly and the belly is moving towards the back. Then take your arms out in front like you're in dog pose in your upper body. Yeah, extend your arms straight. Lift your armpits towards the ceiling. You can let your head come to the floor or towards the floor, but don't let your shoulders collapse down. Don't let your belly collapse down. You should feel a big stretch across the front of your chest. Yeah, so it's not child's pose, guys. Hips over your knees instead of hips on heels. Yeah, try it that way. You'll get a little more extension. So come forward, Jane. Yeah, or knees back. There you go. Yeah, like that, like that. It's not, it's similar to child's pose, but it's a little bit different. It's a little more active. All right, take one more breath right where you are. Let your chest sink towards the floor on the exhale, even as you keep lifting your armpits up. All right, good. Then find your way back into tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders. Good. Pressing your left hand down, sweep your right arm to the sky, twist open to the right. Pull the right shoulder back. And then exhale, sweep your arm underneath. Land onto your shoulder and the side of your head. If that's uncomfortable, you can always land onto an elbow. That works too. Good. Now look back at your legs and see if your feet or your hips skewed to one side. So try to keep your hips right over your knees. And again, it's not that it's wrong. It's just you're going to get a deeper twist if we're stabilizing the lower body and just turning in the upper body. Come up on your left fingertips. No, stay where you are, but just lift up onto your left fingertips. That's it. Elbow up. And then you can start to walk your hand, left hand overhead a little more. Reach over to the left with your right hand. Press your head and your shoulder down and just find a deeper twist. That's it. Nice, you guys. Press down into your left hand. Inhale, come on back up. Good. Bring your weight to your right hand. Inhale, left arm, twist open. That's it. Push into the floor, twist open a little bit more, get a little movement in that upper thoracic spine, and then thread under, land onto elbow or shoulder and the side of the head. Good, line up your hips, so don't let the knees and hips sort of skew to one side. Keep your feet straight back behind you, keep your hips level, and then come up on the right fingertips, push down into your right hand, and use that to help you twist a little bit more to the right. Instead of letting gravity just take you, instead of letting everything sort of collapse inwards, push down and with your head and your shoulders so that there's this a little bit of a lift you're still feeling. All right, press into your right hand. Inhale, come on up. Good, bring your knees close together. And then we're going to go into a side body stretch. So with your knees together, turn your knees to the left, sweep your heels to the right. Yes. Okay, now you're going to keep your hands right where they are. You're not moving the hands. You're sitting back, hips to heels, so that you're getting a big stretch into the left side of your body. Do you guys feel that? Yeah. So often we come to it, we go like into child's pose and then we walk the torso one way. It's just a different way of coming into it. And I get a little bit of a deeper side stretch here. So breathe into the left side of your waist, into the space between the ribs, each rib, into the space between your ribs and the top of your pelvis, into the front of the left waistline, the back of the left waistline, underneath the left shoulder blade. Inhale, come up to table or lift your hips up. And then walk your knees to the right. Swing your heels to the left. Good. Hands stay where they are. Sit back. You got it. Creep the arms forward any amount more. Breathe as deeply as you can. It might not be your deepest breath because we're a little bit compressed here, but still breathe as deep as you can. That's like the bringing of the light, you know. Sometimes it's not always our most brilliant light, but the minute we turn towards it, the minute we acknowledge that it's there, that we remember that it's there, we move in the right direction. One more breath where you are. Good. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Find your way to downward facing dog. In your dog pose, go wide with your feet for this first dog. Good. And then bend your knees deeply, almost like you're doing a squat. Yes. Good. Imagine you had a strap right at the top of your thighs, and someone was standing behind you and pulling your hips back, so that instead of it being a big hamstring stretch, you're getting a big side body stretch, a lengthening to your spine. Take one more breath like that with the knees deeply bent. And then try to keep that same extension of your spine, but stretch your legs a little straighter, stretch your heels down. Yeah, nice, you guys, very good. And just stretch full into your dog pose. Good, walk yourself forward. Uttanasana. Good, if your hands don't reach the floor, just find your blocks so you can weight bear into something. Put hands should be resting on something here, either floor or blocks, whichever works. And then pedal your, bend one knee and then the other, like we sometimes do in dog pose, letting your hips shift side to side. Straighten one leg and bend the opposite knee. And then straighten the other leg and bend the opposite knee. And just let your hips shift side to side as you do that, just easing into the back of the legs a little more gently. Good. Then bend both knees. Let your knees be soft. Let your belly rest on your thighs. And now hold opposite elbows. Yes. Let your upper body just hang. Let your elbows feel heavy towards the floor. And then just do some little circling movements here. So circle your elbows around like you're drawing a circle in the air with your arms. And then circle around the other way. All right, good. Release your hands to floor or blocks. Straighten your legs for a moment. We're going to do one more round of those. So you can do the next round, same thing with the knees bent. And if you have a lumbar spine issue, especially if you have a bulging disc or any disc herniation or pain, just if your low back tends to be sensitive, do this with bent knees. If your low back feels happy and healthy, you can do this with straight legs. All right, hold opposite elbows. Try to bring the other elbow, if you can remember, the other elbow on the bottom. Good. And then circle again. Little circles with the elbows. Let your torso shift a little side to side and then circle around the other way. Like the elbows are like a pendulum just sort of swinging. Yeah, nice. All right, slide your hands to your hips. Lengthen your spine. Push down into your feet. Come on up. Inhale, let your arms float up to the sky. That's it. Ground from your pelvis down through your legs into your feet. And then from your pelvis, grow yourself taller. Grow your torso taller. Grow your arms straighter. Stretch even your fingers up towards the sky. And then slowly exhale, turn your palms down and let your arms release by your sides. Good. Do a couple of shoulder rolls. Go one way and then go the other way, circling around. Okay, we're going to do a similar thing of what we did upside down, but now we're going to do it right side up. So step your feet hip distance, unless you're there already. Come to hip distance, and as parallel as feels reasonable for you. And then you're going to take your hands overhead. Instead of holding elbows, you're going to clasp your hands together. Go left hand on top, right hand. So right palm is up, left fingers are down, and you're clasping. Good. Then you're going to pull, like you're trying to pull your hands apart. Feel your shoulder blades engage onto your back as you do that. Feel your collarbones lift and widen. Okay, now do some little circles here overhead. Like you've got like a halo or a, I don't know, ring of aura of light around your head. Circle it around a little bit. Good, then go side to side a few times. Yeah, just side to side. And then the next time you're pulling over towards the left, you're pulling down with the left hand, lean to the left. Yep, keep your right elbow up and back as much as you can. If your shoulder bothers you, you can always bring it forward, but if not, bring it back. And then pull with the left hand. Lean to the left. Pull down until you feel a big stretch into the left side body. That's it. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, come up. Stretch the arms up. Exhale, float your arms down. Good. Roll the shoulders for a moment, and then we'll do that in the opposite direction. Inhale, arms to the sky. Left palm up, right palm down. Hook your fingers. Good. Do a little circling. So these are just subtle shifts when we change the clasp of the hand, but they can have quite a profound shift internally. We need to do it both ways. Good, then a little side to side, just like we did on the other side, pulling one elbow towards the ear and then the other elbow. And then the next time you're pulling right, stay there and lean right. Pull down with your right hand. Keep your left armpit as far back as you can. One more breath into the left side body as you exhale, lean a little more to the right. Good, inhale, come up, release your hands, stretch up. Exhale, hinge forward, fold forward. Yeah, if you're not at the front of your mat, just find your way there. Walk yourself towards the front of your mat. Okay, bend your knees, step your right leg back. Yep, you can keep hands on blocks if that's better for you, or you can go hands on the floor, either way. If you're using blocks, just have them back so they're in line with your foot, not way out in front like this. Just have them in line with your front foot. Okay, make your right leg really strong. So push back through the right leg, push your right thigh towards the ceiling, and then out of your pelvis, extend your spine forward. Grow your spine all the way to the crown of your head. On your next exhale, drop your right knee to the floor. If you need to fold your mat or put a blanket underneath, you can do that. Inhale, float your arms up to the sky. Good. Back your hips up here a little bit so your weight is more over your back knee. And then lift your ribs up. Get taller. Lift your shoulders up. Stretch your arms up. Maybe lean back a little bit, but just focus on the up for the moment. Good. Exhale, take your hands down to the floor. Inhale, lift your back knee up off the floor. Look forward. Extend your spine forward. Long spine. Exhale, drop your knee back down. Inhale, arms up. This time, hook your thumbs together. Similar idea. As you hook your thumbs, try to imagine you're trying to pull your hands apart. Yeah, take padding if you need to. Get that upward lift of the ribs, of the shoulders. Now, pull your left heel towards your left sit bone a little bit more. So you're sitting a little deeper into that hip stretch, hip flexor stretch. One more breath. Exhale, hands back down to the mat. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Good. And then step forward to the front of your mat. Bend your knees. Rest your belly on your thighs. Let your arms hang. You can turn your palms up. Let your neck release, your head, jaw soften, shoulders soften. Lengthen your spine, hands to hips. Push down into your feet, come on up. Reach up and stretch up. Get taller. Let the breath, the prana, the life force just fill you up on the inside. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg back, lunge. That's it. Long lunge. Stretch your back leg long, stretch your spine forward. Exhale, drop your back knee. Back your hips up a little bit, and then inhale, arms up. Hands separate for this first one, just focusing on that lift. So imagine someone was holding your ribs and lifting you upwards, even as your hips are rooting down through your legs into your feet. So you're grounded, but you're also lifting up, and there's just this spaciousness inside for light to expand. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, back knee up. Back leg extending, spine extending long. One more breath here. Exhale, drop the knee again. Inhale, this time hook the thumbs. Try to remember which thumb went in front. Try to hook the other one. Get tall first. Lift up first. And then keep that lift and fullness on the inside, but pull your right heel towards your right sit bone. So sit a little deeper into the hip flexor stretch. Nice, guys. One more breath. Exhale, release your hands. Back knee up. Step forward, Uttanasana. Soften your knees. Turn your palms up, let your head hang. Yes. Soften everything, including the inner critic voice, including anything that blocks you from seeing that you are a being of light living inside of a body. Slide your hands to your hips, lengthen your spine. Inhale, come on up. Reach up. Exhale, release your arms. Okay, move your blankets to the side, excuse me. So you're not tripping over them. Yeah, and we're gonna come into Warrior One now. So starting at the front of your mat, we're gonna take a big step back with the right foot. As you step back, don't cross over. So make sure you're not crossing that right foot behind the left. Either have your heels lined up or even a little space between the feet, right to left is helpful. Your back toes can be turned in slightly, and then straighten your back leg. Good. Turn your right hip forward as much as your leg will do that. Rotate your inner right thigh back. That's it. And then bend your left knee over your ankle. And if it's landing over the toes, you just lengthen your stance a little bit so it lands right there over the ankle. Good. Now lean your shoulders back over your hips. Tone your belly. Inhale your arms to the sky. Good. Stay here or hook your thumbs if that serves you. It gives you a little something to pull against so you can lift the shoulders up and broaden internally across the shoulders so that you get a little bit more space around the heart for that light to grow and to emanate. And then just be the light. Let it shine outwards from the center of your bones outwards towards your skin. One more breath. Exhale, release your hands. Step forward with your back foot. Come to Tadasana, just find mountain pose for a moment to find center. And then left foot back to Warrior One. Again, heels lined up or even a little space right to left. Ground your back foot, pivot the left hip forward, rotate your inner left thigh back, bend your right knee. Good, shoulders over the hips. The tendency is to lean forward. And if it's causing pain in your low back, lean forward a little bit, it's okay. But if you can, bring your shoulders back. Inhale, arms up. Hook the thumbs, other thumb on top. Stretch your arms straight. Good, lift your ribs up off your pelvis. Get lighter through your shoulders, brighter and more full around your heart space. So that even as you sit into this front knee and you sit a little deeper into the pose, there's still this sense of fullness and expansion on the inside. One more breath here. Stretch full into the pose. Send the light of your being outwards. And exhale. Release your hands and step forward. Okay, good. Let's work on Warrior Three a little bit with blocks. Put your blocks in front of you. You're going to make a square. I don't know, is this a rectangle or a square? Probably a rectangle, right? I'm not good with the geometry. All right, but shoulders, you want shoulders over wrists and hips over heels. So just move your blocks so that you're in that position and that your spine can be long. Look forward. Press your thigh bones back. Step your feet now closer together. Good. Keep your weight in your left foot. The tendency is going to want to be to shift forward into the hand. So keep your weight in your foot. Ground your left heel. Float your right leg up behind you. Extend your right leg straight. Feel how your belly, your pelvis wants to sag towards the floor. Push down into the floor. Get lighter on the inside. Fill up with the light of awareness. Let the light of consciousness fill you up. Okay, good. Release that foot down. Bend your knees, rest your belly on your thighs, let your elbows hang, your shoulders hang. Just come to a standing rest pose for a moment. And we'll take it to the other side. On your next inhale, straighten your legs, straighten your arms, straighten your spine. Bring your weight to your right foot. Keeping your weight on your foot, not in your hands. Your hands are there for balance. Your leg is there, your foot is there to hold you steady. Lift the leg up. That's it. Extend the left leg out straight. Roll your inner left thigh towards the sky. Look forward a little bit. Yep, keep weighting your right heel. Get lighter with your hands, heavier with your foot. Okay, exhale, foot to the floor. Standing rest for a moment. Okay, inhale and come on all the way up. We're gonna do warrior 1 to warrior 3, back to warrior 1. So you can use the blocks if you want. If you want, warrior 3 is traditionally a balancing pose. So if you wanna do it as a balancing pose, but you can have the blocks there just in case. Okay, so we're gonna go back with the right foot. We're gonna start left foot forward, warrior 1. Yep, you can have your blocks in front of you in case you need them. Okay, warrior 1. Right leg straight, right leg back, left knee bent, arms to the sky. Hook thumbs or not, up to you. Find your pose, just be here. Easier to bring the light when poses are easier, when life is easier, right? But we can still bring it even when life gets challenging. So connect to a sense of inner brilliance and fullness, and then hinge forward. We're gonna go arms back or hands to blocks. Shift forward, get your weight into your left foot. Get really steady on that left foot and then float up your right leg. If you need to go hands to blocks, go hands to blocks. That's it. Now get lighter in your torso. Get lighter in your leg. Get so full on the inside, it's like helium, lifting you up. Good, back to warrior 1, step back, bend the knee. Land your back heel, inhale, arms to the sky. Good, you guys, very good. And exhale, release your hands. And step forward. Take a breath. Tadasana. Left foot back, warrior 1. Good, just be here. Bend into the right knee. Inhale, arms to the sky. Appreciate the ease with which the light comes when life is easier. Sometimes we don't appreciate it enough, you know? We don't appreciate it when we have it. So take these moments just to savor it also when it's easier. And then connect into it so strongly that it keeps you going through the harder pose. So sweep your arms back, shift forward, get steady, heavy into your right foot, float up your left leg behind you. That's it. Get light in your left leg. Get light in your torso. Get light in your shoulders. Yeah, use the blocks if you need to. Or fall over, it's fine. Nobody cares. All right, big step back. Land the heel. Sweep your arms to the sky. Let the joy of just 2 feet on the ground emanate from the inside out. Good, and then release your hands, step forward. Okay, good. Turn and face the long edge of your mat. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, put the blocks in front of you here at the long side, so you've got them there. And parallel your feet. Go as wide as it feels reasonable to go with your legs. So not wider than you need to go, where your legs feel like, I'm gonna spontaneously go into a split, like not that far apart. But if you're a little short, you're not gonna get the full mobility into the hips that we're looking for, so go as wide as you're comfortable going. Okay, legs nice and strong. Long breath in, lengthen your spine. Good, and then hinge forward, hands to floor or blocks. Good. Notice your tendency, if you shifted back into your heels, my more flexible friends, that's gonna happen. If you're on the tighter side, you probably shifted into your toes. Let's all meet in the middle, balancing toes to heels, pressing evenly through the feet. Then maybe bend your elbows and walk your hands back, folding into a little bit of a deeper forward bend. Good. Same idea as we did in dog pose. Pull your hips back so they stay in line with your heels. Now creep your arms out in front of you like you're doing downward facing dog in your upper body and still in Prasarita Padottanasana in your lower body. Yeah, just move the blocks forward, exactly. Good, keep your left arm out in front of you. Thread your right arm underneath. Catch your outer left leg. Twist, that's it. Use your hand on your leg. You can just pull gently to turn your belly. Look up under your left armpit or over the shoulder if that's where you've landed. Yep. Inhale to center, extend your right arm way out in front. Reach under with the left, catch the outer right leg. Twist. Look under the right armpit or over the shoulder. Rotate your belly around your spine. Inhale and release your hands. Back out in front. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Good. Turn your heels, turn your toes out a little bit. Pivot your heels in slightly, bend your knees. Inhale and come on up. Reach up and stretch up. Good. Exhale, land with your arms out to the sides like you're a star. And then just get bigger, get fuller, get brighter. Extend out. Stretch your legs longer, arms longer, spine longer, like you're just this star in the night sky, shining brightly, beaming out. Exhale, release your arms. Good. Turn your feet in, step your feet together. You can do a little march out. Okay, let's go over to the wall for a couple things. Take the short edge of your mat to the wall. Let's not be under the window if possible. Bring a blanket with you. Bring a couple of blocks with you. Okay, first thing we're going to do, put your blanket at the wall like this, and you might even want to fold it over. I'll show you what we're doing, and then you can decide how much padding you want. All right, so we're going to go into a thigh stretch here. It's going to look like this. You're going to start in tabletop, and then you're going to slide your right knee back to the onto the blanket. So your shin is at the wall. And for some of you, you might have a big stretch in this position. So let's start here and just see where yeah, just like that. Knee to the wall. So Jane, go up on the blanket and move your knee all the way to the wall. Yeah, that leg, the back leg. Sorry, your right leg. Yeah, all the way at the wall if you can. Okay, now if you're getting a big stretch, just stay where you are. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, walk your hands over to the right a little bit, lean into your hands, and then swing your left foot around so you're in a lunge. And if that's not going to work, or you get there and you're like, nope, then just go back to where you were. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now maybe you're getting a much bigger stretch, stay where you are. That's fine. If you're looking for more sensation, deeper stretch, and this is just, it just depends on how open your hip flexors are. You can also come more upright. If that's just bananas, ignore me. Stay where you are. Breathe. Understand that, all of us are looking for that same deep hip flexor stretch, and just some of us have to go to a different position to get there, but we're all getting that same stretch. All right, one more breath. If your arms are up, exhale, take them down. You can bring the left knee back down, right knee back to the floor. Okay, just come to center for a moment. Yep. And then when you're ready, we'll go left knee onto the blanket. That's it. Yeah, if you be the judge of what sort of padding you need. So stage one, here we are. Good. So you're getting a big stretch, stay right where you are. Tone your belly gently. If you want that deeper stretch, swing your right leg around. Step it forward into a lunge. And then maybe this is your spot. Stay here, or hands to the front thigh. Any version that gets you a good hip flexor opening. Everybody, tone your pelvic floor, tone your low belly, draw your navel to your spine. That gets the top attachment of the psoas involved, and that's really what we're trying to open up through here. One more breath, steady in your breath. Good. Exhale. If your hands are up, take them back down, and then slide yourself back into your tabletop. Okay, good. Now just crawl yourself forward a little bit. You can keep your blanket underneath your knees. You can move the blanket forward. We're going to stay at the wall for another thing or two. But here's where we're going. So blanket underneath your knees in tabletop. Have room behind you. We're going into a Vashisthasana prep pose. So have some space behind you. Walk towards the front edge of your mat so you've got space behind you. Yep. Come on to tabletop, hands and knees. Good. Grip your fingers, arms nice and steady. Okay, take your left leg back behind. Straighten out the leg. Good. Now drop to your left heel. So spin the instep of your foot to the floor. Yeah, just like that. Then kickstand the right foot back behind you a little bit. Bring your weight to your right hand. Take your left arm to the sky. Nice. Press down into your right hand. Press down through your legs. Move your right shoulder back and your left shoulder back. Good. Now take your top hand to your hip for a moment. Swing your left leg behind you. More. Yeah. Keep it straight. Stay on the inside edge of the foot, but just swing the leg back so you feel like you're in a little more of a back bend. That's it. Now take your hand, left hand onto your heart, your breastbone, the heart space, and then lift your heart towards the sky, into your hand. Turn and look up. Keep pushing down into the right hand, left leg, right knee, and lift your heart a little higher. That's it. Exhale and release the hand down and the knee down. Nice, you guys. Drop your elbows, squeeze out your wrists, so turn your palms up and just make a fist. And then open your hands. That's it. And then squeeze the wrist, the fist. Stretch the wrist, open the hands. Do a couple more like that. Just stretching through the wrists a little bit. Okay. Second side, come back to your tabletop. Which leg is going back? Left leg? Right leg. Right leg. Yeah, right leg. That's the other side. Spin down your right heel. Yes. Kickstand your left leg behind you just for balance a little bit. Bring your weight into your left hand. Really grip your fingers down. Sweep your right arm to the sky. Yes. You've got it. Just be here for a moment. Stack your hips and your shoulders. Move your left shoulder back and your right shoulder back. Good. Now swing your leg behind you a little bit on the floor. That's it. Lean your top shoulder back a little more. Take your hand to your heart and then turn your belly towards the sky. Now it's a big wrist stretch, big shoulder stretch. Lift your chest towards the sky. Good. Exhale, release your hand down and release your knee down. Good. Sit back into child's pose. Squeeze out the wrists. Okay. We're going to do one more wild thing variation. We're going to go from the floor. Let me move my mat over. I think I need a sticky mat for this one or else I'm going to slide. Okay, watch me for a second. We're going to use a block in here. If you're at home, if you have a radiator, you might want to use a block. Like we have the radiators in here, so we're going to use a block for the foot. So it's going to look like that. Again, if you're home and you just have a wall and not a radiator, you don't need to use the block. Okay, here's the pose. We're coming into wild thing pose. So I'm going to so it's my right leg, my right foot is into the block. You guys can see on the video, yeah? Okay, I'm going to move this way a smidge so you can see better. So just watch me for a second. I'm showing you what we're doing. So right foot is into the block. I'm on the pinky edge of my foot. My right hand is on the floor underneath my shoulder. My left foot is behind. Hand on the heart, same thing. Now, there tends to be this collapse, right? Gravity does this, the news does this, phones do that, like everything, right? This. So we're working to do this and get this sort of expanse of the sense of an inner light being able to expand out through our heart. So I'm going to go hand on my heart, and then I'm going to push into my foot, into the block, into my hand, and I'm going to turn my chest towards the sky and lean back. And then you can stay there with the hand on the heart, or you can reach back. So that's wild thing pose. Often we come from it from the top down. This is like the bottom up version. Put your block into the radiator, so you've got the block, and you're going to go on the pinky edge, Frank. Yeah, so turn the other way. Pinky edge of your foot on the floor, not the inside edge. So you have the big toe set. No, but you got to turn around. Switch your feet. Switch your feet. Or just switch your feet. We're going to go right foot into the block.
Oh, I see.
There you go. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. I know. Okay, right leg straight. That's going to be the bottom leg. Left foot is on the floor behind your right leg. Right hand is on the floor. You can give yourself a little bit of space between hip and hand, but you're going to want it pretty close for balance. Okay, now push into the block. Push into your hand.
I think I'm going backwards.
You're not. You're fine.
Yeah? Okay, because you're saying right hand on the floor now, but my left hand.
Because everybody's on. Okay, so. Okay. Yes, you're on your left leg and your left hand. You're doing it right. You're on your left. You're fine. Yes, that's it. You're doing it. Hand to your heart. Exactly. Hand to your heart. Then push down. Push into the block. Push into the floor. Then turn and look up. Lift your heart. Lift your chest. Heart towards the sky. Push into that hand on the floor. That's it. Push into your feet. Use your legs. Use your legs. Use your legs. Good. Exhale, release down. I know it's a little bit of a wrist killer, that one. I know. It's a little bit of a wrist killer. Squeeze them out. This is a good release for the wrist. So let's do this one and then we'll do the other one. So squeeze the bones of your wrist with your whatever hand you were just on. So if your bottom hand was your right hand, squeeze your right wrist. If your bottom hand was your left hand, squeeze your left. Okay, then squeeze like this in, stretch your fingers forward and pull back with that hand on your arm, and it just creates a release in the carpal tunnel, which is like a nice opening. If you tend to have wrist stuff, this is a really good wrist opener, wrist stretch to do. Okay, and then shake it out. And to just release some of the tightness that we get in there from bearing weight in the hands. Okay, remember what the other side is. Do the other leg. So for some of us, it's the left leg. That's my left, so I'm going to cue left. So left foot is into the block. On the pinky side of the foot, that's the straight leg, the bottom leg. Your top foot is behind. I know. It's a lot. A lot of things to do. Okay, then hand on the floor. Grip your fingers down. Other hand is on your heart. And then lift your hips. Push into the block. Push into your hand. Turn your chest towards the sky. Yeah, that's it, Jane. You got it. Lift your heart. Curl your head back. Lift your hips a little higher. Yes, beautiful, you guys. Okay, exhale. Release down. Yeah. I don't know what's harder, the top down or the bottom up. It's good to, I like to work poses from, I know. I like to work them from different angles. All right, let's do that squeeze out. So whatever your bottom hand was, squeeze it. Squeeze the bones. You have two bones in your lower arm. Squeeze them together. Pull back towards your shoulder. Extend your fingers forward. You can even wiggle them a little bit. That might help. Squeeze them. Okay, good. And then just shake it out. Okay, come into dog pose with your heels at the wall. You can set your block to the side. So heels at the wall, dog pose. Put your heels up on the radiator. Yeah. Press your hips back towards the wall. That's it. And then we're going to walk to the wall. We're going to walk back to the wall. So walk your hands towards your feet. You can bend your knees here. And then heel toe step your feet a little bit forward. So now your heels are away from the wall. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Rest your butt on the wall. So walk all the way back. Butt on the wall. All the way back. That's it. Yeah, so you're in a forward bend. And then step your feet out away from the wall a little bit. Hands can rest on your ankles or on the floor, whatever you can reach. Push your hips back into the wall behind you. Let your shoulders relax. Let your head relax. Your neck soften. Take one more breath. Good. Lengthen your spine. Bend your knees. Walk your hands up your legs. Come into chair. Hips back. Knees bent. Good. Lift your torso. Elbows out wide. Cactus arms. Pin your shoulders back, head back. And then do some like snow angels. Elbows up. And then elbows in towards the waist. And then hands up, elbows up. Yep. Sliding on the wall. Elbows in towards the waist. And one more time. Elbows up. And then back and in. Good. Release your arms. Straighten your legs. Bring your weight under your feet. Good. March it out. All right. Come down to sit. Stay at the wall because, yeah, let's stay at the wall. But come down to sit facing the center, facing the long edge of your mat. Okay. Bend your right knee and extend your left leg out to the left. That's it. Now, you want your sit bones even on the floor so that the left hip is going to want to be higher, right? Maybe you feel that. So you can reach under, take the flesh from under your sit bones so you can really get that hip down, and then do the same thing on the right so that you feel a little bit more even. Get both sit bones grounded. And if that's really hard you can sit up on a blanket and it'll make it easier for you. All right, ground your sit bones, press your fingertips down, lengthen your spine, roll your shoulders back. Good. We're going to go into the side stretch. So your left arm is going to come either onto your leg or onto the floor. You could also do it this way. You could also put a block underneath your elbow. Some people like to do it that way. Bring your left arm down towards your left leg, onto the block or your leg or the floor. Then take your right hand on your right hip. Twist to the right, look up over your right shoulder. Press your left shoulder back, roll your right shoulder back, lean your head back. Stretch your right arm to the sky. Yes. If you're getting a big side body stretch already, just stay there. If you want a deeper stretch, sweep your right arm over your ear, reaching towards your left foot. You get a cramp? Yeah, where? On your side? Oh, yeah, yeah. It's okay. Those muscles are like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. I get that cramp sometimes. All right, one more breath. Reach either up or over towards your left foot. Inhale, come on up. Good. Plant your right hand behind you, off, like behind your hip. Spin down your left foot. And then you can just do the arm. Sweep the left arm up, or you can lift the hips also, come up onto the knee, and curl back any amount more. Good. Exhale, let your hips release. And second side, bend your left knee. Extend your right leg. Again, we want that balance in the sit bones, so reach under, feel both sitting bones, rooting to the earth evenly, press your fingertips by your hips. Don't make your hips lighter. Stay grounded in your hips, but make your ribs lighter, your shoulders a little bit lighter, so there's just more space, room for light to grow, to expand. Then right arm comes onto the leg or inside the leg, left hand on your hip, twist left. Left arm to the sky. Yep, maybe that's enough. Stay there. If this is your bus stop, as I always say, get off the bus at your stop. If this is your stop, stay there. Or left arm over your ear, reaching towards your right foot.
It's in grip. Other side.
Yeah, I mean, the body moves in the path of least resistance. It's just gonna do that, you know? All right, inhale, come on up. Hand to the floor behind you, roll down to the instep of your foot, and then either right arm up or right arm and hips up, curling back, leaning back, reaching back. Good. Exhale, let your hips release down. Slide the soles of your feet together now. Baddha Konasana. All right, try this with me. Take your hands, palms up, and scoop them underneath your heel. So you're going to rest your heel into the circle of your palm. That's it. Good. Now sit as tall as you can. Notice, so have a little sense of like you're trying to pull your heels up a little bit. You're not really lifting them, but it's going to give you a little more release in your knees. See how your knees can sort of come to the sides more. If your knees bother you, of course, you can prop a block under one or both. Okay, now extend out of your pelvis. Get your spine really long. And then hinge forward, like you're trying to bring your belly between your arms, between your elbows. Keep widening your knees out to the side. You can use your elbows or forearms on your thighs to widen your knees out a little bit more if you're looking for a little deeper stretch. Good. Now you can stay here another couple of breaths. If you want to extricate your hands and just bring your arms out in front and fold, you can do it that way. If you want a little more release in the upper body, the hands under the feet is a little more work for the upper body, obviously, but it's nice for the legs. All right, slowly inhale, come on back up, extend your legs out straight in front of you. All right, I need quieter music. Okay, reach under again one more time. Roll the flesh from under your sit bones. Extend your legs out long. Have your kneecaps pointing up towards the sky, your toes pointing towards the sky. One more time, fingertips by your hips. Imagine that you could expand side to side, front to back, the whole of your torso, like a light bulb inside, like light emanating outwards, fuller, brighter. And then as you hinge from your hips, keep that sense of fullness. Don't collapse in on that inner light. So your hands can creep farther out in front. Of course, if you can reach your feet, you can hold your feet, or else just hands on the floor works just fine. Keep a deep, full breath, expanding the sides of the waist out, the back of the waist back. Let your head and your neck soften. Slowly inhale and bring yourself back up. Okay, good. We're gonna sit for a little bit of meditation before Shavasana. So if you want to use the wall and sit at the wall, that's fine. If you want to sit up on a blanket or 2 blankets or 6 blankets or a chair, any way you need, can sit comfortably so that your body is not protesting, and you can keep the awareness on the deeper, more abiding parts of yourself. Okay, we're going to tuck the pointer fingers to the base of the thumb, lock the thumb on top. Like that. So pointer finger to base of thumb. Yes. Now, 2 different mudras here. The other 3 fingers extend out. If you need a little more grounding for yourself today, do palms down. If you need a little bit more just sort of openness and receptivity in your life, go palms up. Either one is fine. Let your elbows hang underneath your shoulders. Yep, and you can use the wall for support if you need to. Great. Nestle your sit bones down into the blanket underneath you. And just extend your spine a little bit more, not in a way that feels rigid, but so that you have a little more space for breath to move, to flow. As you deepen your breath, imagine the breath like a bellows in a fire, just stoking the inner light of your being. Each breath brings in, of course, oxygen, but also prana, life force, energy. So as you breathe in, let the prana glow a little brighter. The light of your own consciousness and awareness glow a little brighter. Let your breath become a little more slow and even and quiet and rhythmic. And just imagine that you could put up a one-way barrier, a one-way guard around that inner light that's there. So that any darkness that you find around you can't get in, but you can still send light out. Imagine yourself as a star, out among any darkness in your world, that you might be aware of. And as you continue to just let the breath stoke the fire of the light, stoke the inner light of your consciousness, let that light grow brighter. Connect to all that makes you brilliant and wise and compassionate and loving. Just let your whole being be suffused with the light of that awareness. Imagine you could dissipate the darkness around you by just connecting to that light, by sending it out to wherever in the world needs it, to whoever around you needs it. And just keep going, just like that.
If you want to stay seated for meditation for the rest of practice, you can stay right where you are. If you'd like to finish in Shavasana, just begin to slowly and quietly make your way to your back. Wherever you choose to finish your practice, just let yourself immerse in an inner light. Let yourself be held by it. Hold it close and sacred to your heart. Just give yourself over to it wholeheartedly. Gently now, let your breath begin to deepen. Allow your body to stretch and move and reawaken gently. Begin to bend your knees if you're on your back, and make your way over to your side. Slowly make your way to seated. Take a comfortable, steady seat. We bring the light into being every time we act from love, every time we connect to our compassion. We bring the light
We are willing to face our own darkness, our own stuff, our own inner critic. By shining light on it, we come to understand it's just grist for the mill of our own awakening. We bring the light when we remember we are better than our worst day, and we treat ourselves with kindness, and we act in accordance with the change we want to see in the world. So may it be so for each of us as we move into the rest of the day and the weekend, the week ahead. Bring your hands together at your heart. Let's end together, sending each other off with a note of support and community. Let's end with one Om. Take a deep breath in. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a great day, great week. Announcements coming up. What do we have going on? Let's see. Gyrokinesis has a new time, 4 o'clock. I think that's on Wednesdays. We have a restorative yoga coming up with Allison on November 9th. Pilates mats, a new Pilates mat series if you want to enhance your yoga practice with Pilates. That starts Tuesday, the 28th, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. That's a series. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Nice class.
Thank you. See you soon.
Okay.